If you want to see how I transformed into a baddie, keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, how are you? Thank you for watching. So basically today we're gonna be installing this beautiful wig, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm doing my makeup. So here we are. So the first thing you want to do is just make sure that the wig is sized up to where you want it to be, and then you're just gonna cut the lace off of the wig, and then you're just gonna part out a small section of hair in the front of the frontal, and then you're gonna take your got-to-be spray and spray the spray the spray on the lace, and then you're gonna take your finger and like dab some of the product in because you don't want it to run on your forehead. As you can see, that's what I'm doing here, just making sure everything looks good. And then I'm gonna take my blow dryer and I'm just gonna blow dry for like 10 seconds. I don't want it to be super dry, I just want it to be a little tacky, because when it's super dry it turns white and you don't want that. You just want it to be a little tacky. And continue to press it in to your scalp, period, poo. Then we're just gonna do this to the next section. So you just want to cut the lace in a jagged pattern. You do not want to cut it straight, because whose headline is straight? Nobody's. And I'm just taking some makeup just to, you know, blend it in some more, because the lace was a little light, you feel me? And same thing, just parting out a section of hair, and I'm gonna take my got-to-be spray and I'm gonna spray on the lace, and I'm gonna press it in with my finger just so that the product doesn't run everywhere. And I'm gonna take my blow dryer, I'm just gonna blow dry for like 10 seconds just so that it can be tacky, and boom. So just watch me lay the rest of the lace. See you. So now I'm just gonna do my edges, but I take some Nairobi foam just to get it wet, and then I take my rattle comb and I part out a small section of what I imagine to be my baby hairs. So then I take some got-to-be gel and I just put a little bit on the edges, and I just swoop it with my, I think this is an eyebrow brush, yeah. I just swoop it with my eyebrow brush. I don't really know how to explain this. Like, all you have to do is just swoop it. Swoop until it looks right. That's what I do. Until it looks right, that's when I stop swooping it. It looked right, so I moved on to the next baby hair. So same thing, I just take a little section of baby hair and I cut it with my scissors, of course. And then I take some got-to-be gel and I take my edge brush, whatever, eyebrow brush, whatever, and I just swoop. That's all you do, just swoop. And when you do the baby hair in the front, you want to make it lighter than the baby hair on the side, because it's in the front. Like, you don't want it to be OD thick. That's what I do. And same process, just cut it, put some got-to-be gel in the black bottle. I take my eyebrow brush and I just swoop doop doop. But I don't use this brush for my eyebrows, I just use it for my edges. And look at that, perfect. So I'm gonna take my Kera wax stick and I'm just gonna put it in my middle part just to tame the flyaways. And then I'm gonna take my hot comb and I'm gonna press the hair down just so that it's super flat. And that's really it to the bob. Period, poo. And then the last final touch is just add some makeup. But I'm gonna add more makeup when I actually do my makeup. So this is just for y'all, because I don't want y'all saying that your lace light, because it's not. And I'm gonna take my little elastic band and I'm gonna tie my edges down. So now we're gonna move on to the eyebrows. I use this eyebrow pencil that I got from the beauty supply store. I don't really know the name. I just get this particular one. They all work the same to me. And then I take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toast. And I just use this to conceal my brows. I use this for the top and I use it for the bottom. I don't really use a darker concealer for the top, just because like I'm gonna cover anyway with my foundation, so I don't see the point. And as you can see, I already blended out my eyebrows, whatever, and I just took some Louise eyeshadow base in, I think it's Rumor 2, and I put this on my eyelids just to prep it for color, you know. I'm gonna be using the James Charles palette for this entire look. I just took this little brownish shade for my crease color, and I'm just gonna blend it in my crease, you know, regular. And then I'm gonna take this peachy brown shade, and I'm just gonna use that color to blend out my crease color. Yeah, that's basically all I did. Pretty simple. And then I took that darker brown shade in the corner, and I just used that to deepen my crease because I felt like that brown shade that I originally used wasn't dark enough. And I'm just taking a baby wipe and I'm wiping some of the eyeshadow off because I want to cut my crease. And I wanted to use like a peachy, like a cream kind of color. And now I'm just patting off some of the excess product that I use, and I'm gonna go back into the palette and I'm going to use this white shade to put on top of my crease. And I think I switched brushes because the color wasn't showing up how I wanted it to, and then I put too much on, so it started to crack, so I had to go back in the palette and use that white shimmery shade to put on top of it just so that it could look better. And then I went back and I took the brown color that I used to deepen my crease to buff out the corner of my eye, basically, just so that it looked like cute and like an ombre effect, you know. And then I took my Sephora eyeliner in black and I just winged my eye. Once I was done with that, I took my NARS foundation, and I like to paint my foundation on my face, and then I go in with a damp beauty blender just to buff out the makeup so that it blends really well with my skin and whatnot. And then I take my Fenty Beauty concealer and I put this underneath my eyes and on top of my forehead and my chin. As you can see, I love listening to music, but I took my Morphe continuous setting spray and I just sprayed it on top of my concealer just to get it a little damp so that when I do decide to blend it, yo, I just can't keep a straight face when I'm blending. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, you just do that just so that when you blend in your concealer, that is easy to blend. And then I go in with the same Fenty concealer but in a deeper shade just for my contour, because you know I gotta have a chiseled face, so whatever. I play all day, y'all. But I take my what's this called? I think, yeah, Laura Mercier setting powder, and I put this under my eyes. with my beauty blender. It's so much easier to do it with my beauty blender, I feel, because the beauty blender picks up excess product that you don't need. Like, it's just beautiful, especially when you're not like baking at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna take this really deep brown in the James Charles palette to set my contour, and I'm gonna take my pressed powder just to buff out my highlight, because I don't want it to look really white. I just want it to, you know, blend in more with my skin, but I also want it to be lighter than the rest of my foundation or whatever. Then I'm gonna take these two blush shades from the Saharan blush palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm just gonna use this to, you know, bring some color back to my cheeks. Then I'm gonna use that bronzy color for my highlight. I don't like my highlight to be too gold. I like for it to be a brown gold, and this shade is perfect. Like, look at it. It's perfect. And I always make sure I highlight the bridge of my eyebrow, because girl, that is the most important part. And then I'm just gonna take my eyebrow pencil and line my lips, and I'm gonna take this pink color from NYX and, you know, put it in the center of my lips for that Barbie doll-esque lip, because girl, who don't love a lip like that? And now I'm gonna just put my lashes on. Baby, the lashes make the look. And now I'm just gonna take my NYX setting spray in the matte, and, you know, just gonna spray my face with that. You gotta saturate your face with this, okay? Don't be scared. Just let it dry. And baby, look at the final product. Nah, thanks guys for watching this video. I really appreciate all my subscribers. I'm at 3K, and it's just been a great ride with you guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe. Yeah. Peace.